Dragonbrands. We've all seen them, but what are they really? Welcome to my lair. My name is Obendrath. I will be your most truthful teacher. I would like to first preface this guide with a bit of thanks, for I was not expecting my last video to resound with such raving reception. Because of that, I thank you all for watching my guides, and hope that they have given you a varied view of your dragons and the world they live in. If you would like to extend your support in a more special way, consider buying me a coffee or becoming one of my patrons. Now, on with the video. Dragonbrands. We've found them, received them, and even seen them in shops. But how exactly do they work? Are they just these sublime stones that supply our dragons with a surge of strength and skill? Or do they possess peculiar powers that bring an encounter ever closer to an end? They are actually both. Let us take a closer look at these tantalizing trinkets and uncover what secrets they hide. First and foremost, Dragonbrands are dropped primarily by the dragons of the Spacetime Rift. If you aren't familiar with this feature of the game, the Spacetime Rift is a special dungeon wherein you can battle powerful dragons. These dragons defend their designated drops in their own domains. There are 6 rifts as of this video: Fire Rift, Thunder Rift, Flood Rift, Nature Rift, Earth Rift, and Psychic Rift. Each of these, except for the Psychic Rift, are guarded by their respective boss dragons, who are accompanied by 4 smaller dragons. Remember that each rift only rewards you with the Dragonbrands it displays. Naturally, higher levels mean higher rarities, so if you're up for a challenge, then give these steadfast sentinels a spectacular scuffle. To access the Spacetime Rift, you will need a Spacetime Key. These elusive elements of entry emerge from the emptiness every 12 hours, so you get 2 each day. Using them up will require you that long of a wait. There's also sending your dragons off to expeditions in the ruins, but this does not always seem as reliable. Another, more advanced way you can gain Dragonbrands is through spending the ore you find from the Forest of Sprites. You may spend these ores at the Dragonbrand shop, where higher rarities require more ore to spend. If you are at the pinnacle of performance, you may also pursue these powerful pendants by plunging into the Dark Trial. It is here that Dragonbrands of the best breadth are bestowed onto the brave and brassy. You now know where your Dragonbrands come from, but will you use them properly? Now that you have your Dragonbrands, it's time to put them together. Choose a dragon you would like to build on and put your Dragonbrands of choice on them. Simple, right? Putting them on as a means to supersize their stats is the most basic of builds a beginner tamer could bring onto their dragon. No form, no substance, just stats. This, while simple, does not bring out the best in your dragon. If you are trying to make the most out of Dragonbrands as a whole, then listen closely, for what I am going to tell you will change the way you think about your dragons forever. Or at least until you get other ideas. Every Dragonbrand is designated by Roman numerals 1 to 6, each of which point in a different direction. These are the slots in which they fit, the angles of which a Dragonbrand faces cannot be changed. Taking 2 Dragonbrands of a singular type and putting them on your dragon is called a pair. A pair gives a small bonus, blessing your dragon with a basic buff. If you are seeking serious stat setups where your dragon benefits bountifully from passive buffs, then using 3 Dragonbrand pairs is ideal. At worst, your dragon will not have any special effects. Conversely, Disarm does nothing to them save for cancel out the buff they receive from magic. What Disarm does, if you did not know, is nullify the effects of a Dragonbrand set, and for good reason, too. A set is 4 Dragonbrands of a singular type put together on a dragon. Sets give powerful passive skills to your dragon, putting you at a point ahead of your opponent whenever it procs. Using a set can be quite advantageous depending on which dragon you put it on. For instance, a certain set will allow your dragon to mitigate damage for the entire team, or another set has the chance to ignore 40% of the enemy dragon's defense with each of your dragon's attacks. Unfortunately, having your dragons carry Dragonbrand sets will certainly make them susceptible to being disarmed, which leads us to our next point. There are 14 fantastic Dragonbrands as of this video, and we will tackle how each of them work. But before we do, I would like you to first take a look at your dragon. Scrutinize its stats and skills. You may approach the branding of your dragons by building on their strengths and weaknesses, or by taking advantage of their skills. For instance, most skills' efficacy is dictated by the dragon's attack. The higher their attack, the greater the effect of the skill. Otherwise, there are skills that rely on the dragon's maximum HP. Pay close attention to these before deciding on which Dragonbrands you will give them. Now, let us proceed to the Dragonbrands themselves. Do know that numbers are for nerds, and I will not ruminate over these calculations, but try to explain them in the plainest way possible. If the numbers interest you in any way, do not worry, for I will flash these fascinating figures on screen for your eyes to feast on. Freyr is the most basic of Dragonbrands. It offers an increase to your dragon's destructive desire. When each attack decreases a certain amount of the target's health, this set will add extra damage every time. This is ideal for dragons with combative capabilities you'd like to consider. Vidar is a sadist's specialty. This peculiar brand takes advantage of any target affected by stun, taunt, freeze, or seal. Giving your dragon a Vidar set will make it hit its afflicted adversary with even more aggression and amusement. Deliberate on this Dragonbrand if your dragon can afflict any of the aforementioned debuffs. Baldr is a Dragonbrand set for dragons that are devoted to dutifully defending their friends. With each critical hit your dragon takes whilst having a Baldr set equipped, they raise a shield for themselves. This shield's strength is derived from a tiny percentage of your dragon's maximum HP. It also has the chance to do the same for all its friends. Put this on any of your dragons that can take a trampling. Heimdallr is used for when you want to keep a dragon's health at its highest. When a dragon with healing capabilities treasures the life of its allies, this set grants a heftier amount of healing than normal. The effect is even greater when the dragon that wears this is drawing toward its demise. This set is ideal for dragons that are inclined to improving the infirmity of their friends. Mimir is the set of magicians and masters of mischief. What it does is that it has a chance to stun, freeze, taunt, or seal your target at random, sometimes all at once. Give this to experts of crowd control or dragons that have the ability to hit their enemies multiple times. Bully is a set for speed and slyness. Equipping this set onto your dragon may seem invisible to the enemy until you actually cause your dragon to kill something, and it reduces the cooldown of all its skills by 1 turn. A set like this should suit dragons with skills that have low cooldowns, so pay close attention to the numbers on the sides of your dragon's skills. Hoarder is almost like a sibling to the Freyr set. While Freyr prides itself for purveying piles of damage by pummeling at the enemy's physique, Hoarder likes to strike unexpectedly. It has a great chance for every of your dragon's attacks to ignore a percentage of its target's overall defense. Great for totaling tough tanks and snuffing out stubborn soldiers. The Jammu Dragonbrand set is only worthy of those you designate to kill giants, and by giants I mean dragons with heaps of health. What this set does is that it has the chance to deal more damage every time a critical hit is landed by your dragon. The extra damage is a separate calculation based on the enemy dragon's maximum HP, and it has no way of being mitigated. This is what you call true damage. Give the Jammu set only to dragons who strive to claw at their contenders critically. Amir adorns your dragon with an armor of spikes. With every attack it receives, it has a moderate chance to return its assailant's damage in full. Give this set to dragons that are primary targets such as healers, revivers, and tanks, and watch the enemy dragons destroy themselves. Schiff is similar to Amir, wherein it requires your dragon to be attacked for it to trigger. Unlike Amir, however, the Schiff set stuns your dragon's attacker. This is quite useful for dragons who can cause certain debuffs with their skills, since its pair bonus adds to extra effect hit. Skade and Baldr can somewhat be alike as well. The difference between them is that Skade is always in effect, but instead of projecting a shield whenever your dragon is attacked, Skade reduces the damage received by all other dragons except for the one wearing it. The dragon wearing the Skade set, however, shares in the damage received by its allies, taking half of their damage as true damage unto themselves. This is perfect for any of your dragons that have high health and defense. The tier set is one of the most exciting ones of all. Much like Bully, it only activates once your dragon kills an enemy. What sets it apart from Bully is that it causes your dragon to attack the next most injured enemy. If it kills that one too, it attacks the next one until it hits an enemy that doesn't die, or until it has killed 4 enemy dragons in succession, including the one it killed first. Tear is a terrific and terrifying trinket only reserved for your most ravenous and rage-filled of dragons. The Iaso set is given to dragons that you wish to be immune to control effects. These effects are stun, freeze, taunt, and seal. When it is the turn of the dragon that bears these baubles, the dragon heals itself for a small amount of health as it shrugs off all these debuffs. This set is recommended for dragons that can cleanse debuffs, healers, or even tanks. Choose wisely. Lastly, there is the Ares set. The Ares set is simple and straightforward. The lower your dragon's health in battle, the higher its damage becomes, with the Ares set actively advising your dragons to absent themselves from anger management sessions. You'd best give this to only your hardest of hitters. And voila! A guide to Dragonbrands. Take this with you to your island. Equip, experiment, enhance. Equip a dragon with a set you like. Experiment by running them through battle, and enhance the set if you think the set suits them. There is no right or wrong, only fighting and fun. If you like this kind of content, be sure to thwack that thumbs up, smite that subscribe button, and bash that bell. Until we meet again.